Big fucking record button at the bottom.
This is pure lag in this. Yeah, 100%.
This is what my last 12 years in the army was like.
It was my full 13 years was like.
It's pure blagging it.
There's the view button. I've used Zoom so many times I still couldn't even work out where I am. And you can just see me.
I'm recording this, but is it going to be you on the big screen and I'm little at the top? Or
so change it. That's what I've just done. I don't know why, because I'm not recording, but at the bottom it says view.
There we go.
Turn it to gallery view.
Yes.
And now I'm just got to stop myself from being a wonky donkey.
How does my microphone sound? Does it sound all right?
Yeah, man.
Hello. Hang on. Do some of that ASMR.
I can hear you crunching them. But has your microphone got a little alien on top of it?
People get off to that ASMR. Right, I'm going to open my... Don't want all noise distractions out the way.
All noise distractions, but yeah, you got this. I've got my mini cheddars.
What have we got? I've got my...
Fitness podcast, you know what I mean?
It's like a picnic.
Hey, I'm out in the sun. I don't know what your excuse is.
You are?
I'm out in the sun. I don't know what your excuse is.
My garden's a shithole, and my son will just come over and eat the microphone.
I seen him doing his glute workout earlier on.
Activating the old glutes.
Mm.
Right, I suppose we should have some
structure.
Yeah, structure to it. So
first one, intro.
Yeah, this is
Waffle
the
first, guys.
The first Waffle and Flex podcast. Hello to you, number one listener, whoever you are. Probably some person over in Asia who keeps messaging me
from one. By the way, it means the test has gone well.
Yeah. Well, we don't even know yet. We don't even know if
we caught this again.
Yeah. So if you're watching this is successful.
If you listen to it, it's very successful.
Yeah. And if you are listening to it, thank you.
And sorry at the same time.
So what have we said, Stobbsie? We've said we're going to do it every other week, haven't we?
Every other week we'll publish the podcast, and then every other week in between we'll do a Facebook or an Instagram live on said topic what the podcast was on. So say we put this live end of this week, so if we go by Fridays, obviously it's Tuesday, that gives us time to actually sort out whatever the fuck we're doing. And then next Friday, we will go live on Facebook or Instagram. We'll work out a time, and that'll be more of a Q&A phase as well, but it'll just be an introduction to ourselves, which is what this one is.
Definitely.
Meant to be.
Meant to be, sort of. This is what we had planned. When was it? Saturday night, weren't it? I had an MRI in Birmingham, and Stobbsie come over to the hotel room. Oi, not like that.
Really?
And we had Nando's and beers and decided to do a podcast.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it has. I got asked quite a few times, why don't you do podcasts? And I was just like, the only ones I listen to are really probably Joe Rogan. I've listened to Ollie's a couple of times, who hopefully, fingers crossed, if he agrees to it. We've not asked him yet, but hopefully he would like to join us as a guest. So I've never really been big into podcasts, only a few.
I listen to them more so when I'm walking. I used to listen to podcasts all the time, or books when I was driving to and from camp. But now when I'm walking either one of the dogs, I'll put a podcast on or an audiobook rather than music.
Yeah.
Get some brain gains in. Because I need plenty of them.
We ain't got a brain cell between us.
No, that's why this is so good.
We always...
It's the whole that Mrs. was right as well, because she said ages ago that me and you should do either a Facebook Live, Instagram Live together, and now we're doing both combined with a podcast.
So we got asked to do one, when we're doing all of them. Doing
The
all of
next
them.
level.
Balls
not
deep.
Apologies to anyone if you hear a random dog barking, because I'm outside. Nobby, the German Shepherd, has an awful gob on him.
And apologies if you hear a random dog. It's not mine.
If the blame straight away.
Yeah.
Bam.
Right. Stobbsie, do you want to go first?
Yeah, can do.
Yeah. Go on then.
So, if you're listening,
bore the shit out of us.
What?
Bore the shit out of us.
If you're watching, here's the Borosaurus, and if you're listening, it's just my hand doing a boring sign. So, so yeah, I'm George Stobbs. I'm the owner of Stobbsie Fitness, online coach. Left the army in November last year, so not that long ago, but started Stobbsie Fitness probably mid last year. Just started slowly building, ready to leave. My time in the fitness industry has been a bit up and down. So I've done 13 years in the army. I'd say about 10, 11 of those years, I was known as Fat Stobbsie. So I've not always been fit. I've never been into fitness. Always just about passed a PFA, a physical fitness test. 1031 was my max. But yeah, and then I seen a picture, decided I need to sort my shit out and not be Fat Stobbsie anymore. Dropped 20 kilos, got shredded, and then I thought, fuck it, let's do this for a living. Always enjoyed the human anatomy and everything like that. So now I've gone through a transformation, want to help others achieve the same. And in doing that, done my PT qual while I was deployed in Estonia. Came back from Estonia, worked in Anytime Fitness while I was on a 6-week leave period. Oh, pardon me. There might be a lot of that, by the way. Me and Craig are bad for it. And then opened up my own studio with another PT in Swansea. And then life happened. I closed that down, moved back to the West Midlands. And now, yeah, life is good. Self-employed, online coach, impacting loads of lives. That's exactly what I'm inspired to do now.
Successful. Very successful. Good.
And you're kind of along the similar line, apart from you actually got your red belt in the army.
No, I didn't. I never.
Did you not?
Because I was biffed.
I thought you was actually a PTI.
No, never. I'm better than them.
Oh yeah. I think most coaches, even some coaches that we will speak about in the future, are better than PTIs.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, we never met in the army, even though we were in the same regiment. We never met, did we? Whilst we was in, we only met
past each other. Probably past each other in training.
Yeah. First time we properly met was Body Power, weren't it?
Yeah.
The last Body Power. That was an absolute dire of an exhibition. So yeah, me, similar lines as Stobbsie. I did 12 years in the army. And 12 of those I was broken. No, I weren't really. A good amount I was broken. So I did 12 years vehicle mechanic. And I think 2015, I used to ski for the regiment. I broke my leg and I was in cast for 3 months. And then that put my hips out of place and put pressure on my back, which then led to this back injury now. So 2016, I was from 2015 onwards, I was broken. I was known as what they call a biff.
And you still are.
I still am. A biff stands for a bone idle fat fuck, which I was neither of. I wasn't any of them. I used to call myself the biff, the bone idle hench fuck, because I was just love the gym. And from being broken in the army is where I found my passion for health and fitness. So I had my first back operation in 2016, and then on the rehab course, they started going into the ins and outs of the human anatomy, biomechanics, injury prevention and all that lot. And I really, really did get a keen interest in it. And I was an avid gym goer anyway. And it was just that sparked the flame. I'm going to try and use some big words to make myself sound intelligent, but it's probably not going to work.
That nearly backfired straight away.
Nearly, yeah. And yeah, so I did my
important, but big biceps are important too.
Exactly. I did my PT qual 2017 with a company that I won't name because towards the end it was absolute dog shit. But then I decided 2019 that I just had enough because I was broken. I couldn't promote. I was staying in the rank that I was. I couldn't promote because I couldn't do the courses. I wasn't going anywhere, and I was missing out on time spending with my son. So I was like, right, sack it in. I want to focus on health and fitness. So then I left 2020. I left the army 3 days before the fucking UK and the world went onto lockdown. And I was left to set up a self-employed business. I shit myself. I honestly did, because you get 3 months pay when you leave the army. So I had until July to set myself up. And it was scary. As Stobbsie will tell you, so never really had a chance to work in a gym or get on the gym floor and face to face with clients because everywhere was locked down. So I was doing bits and bobs outdoors with the kit that I had. And then I started building up my online business. And it's now to a point where I'm quite comfortable and I'm very happy. I'll still do bits on the gym floor because I've got my own studio at the minute, but I'm looking at potentially getting my own gym. I say potentially, I'm getting my own gym. And yeah, so that's me. I'm now the owner of Heaton Fitness, self-employed. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, as far as
clients that are smashing it.
Like you said, you left just before the pandemic started. I signed off and then the pandemic started, but I had a few months still serving to build my business. And I got offered to shit can my termination, but you're not going to get anywhere or anything like that. And the army were adamant that not going to make a success out of anything, especially fitness wise. And I think with us both having the stuff we've gone through personally, whether we come to that not at a later date is our own thing, but obviously me and Craig have both had our own personal circumstances going on. Both got a little one, so I've got a little daughter, Craig's got a little son, and we've still managed to build, albeit we're not where we want to be, but we're in a fucking very good place considering the circumstances of the world.
Absolutely.
About blowing our own trumpets.
Yeah. No, you completely.
It is doable.
We're not even blowing our own trumpet. We are fucking successful in this pandemic. We are able to hold our own, support our families. And that's
both from an engineering background as well.
Yeah.
Obviously 13 years. The army was the only life I knew. I did not know how to fucking operate as a normal human being. And it was daunting. And it
massively
me in probably October. I was like, fuck, this is it now. Like when I got my termination leave and I was by myself, I was like, I've actually got to earn money now. I stole a fucking wage for 13 years. Ask anybody I served with. I was nothing but a number.
But it is, and no one can prepare for that when you leave the army.
No.
Like I wasn't scared to leave, but you just were never prepared to really understand what it's like to leave and be on your own 2 fucking feet. It's when you realize, right, I've now got to actually work. I'm not going to get naffy breaks. I can't just go and sit in the office until a job comes in. It was quite daunting. I think when I left it, I was so business orientated. I had the blinkers on and I weren't looking left or right. And it sort of got to the point where it was affecting my family, that they were like, you're so business orientated, you're not thinking about us, you're not thinking about your friends, you're not thinking about your family. And I was like, fucking hell, I've got to think of that now. Whereas
that was also the crossover of military. Like, you see a job, you want to get it fucking done.
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously the weekends. You come home at the weekends to spend time with the family. So you sort of Monday to Friday you're working, weekends are yours to come home. But because we now set up our own business, you're like, right, that's it, fucking business. How do I earn money? And that was quite a reality check for me, that I was like, shit, I've actually got to think for myself now.
I've actually got to like find the cogs that are in my head somewhere.
Yeah.
There's like a little baby one that probably turns about that.
Yeah. It's like the small tick every hour.
Yeah.
It goes round. But no, like I say, we're successful. We're not where we want to be, but we're successful from where we have once come.
And we are growing. Hence what this is.
Exactly.
A growth. A good kind of growth. Not the bad kind that you need to go to the doctors about.
Or the good kind of growth that you inject, but yeah.
Or a herniated growth on your spine.
I ain't got a fucking spine. I'm waiting for a new one. I'm waiting for it to be delivered. So yeah, mine's injury that's prevented. No, I won't even say prevented me, because I'm still growing my business.
Yeah.
It's preventing me to progress to working on the gym floor, but at the same time, it's forcing me to grow my online business.
Yeah. Which
is good in a way. Because I still want, like I said, I still want to work on the gym floor, because I've spent $6,000 of my 12-year money on kit and equipment. So I've got to use it. I'm looking that way because that's where it is. I would show you, but I'm too tangled in skills and wires. So
just me trying to get my microphone out from my desk. I was like, I've got all my wires underneath my laptop stand. I was like, nah, this ain't coming out. I mean, it's held together by sellotape.
Jesus Christ.
Just so I've got more cables everywhere.
No, I like this. Look, I'll pick it up. It's like I'm in a recording studio. I'm not going to sing, don't worry.
Have Snoop Dogg in your office soon.
I don't know how close to be to it. Can I sit here and do it? Does it matter if I sit here?
It's perfectly fine from further away.
Good. So yeah, that's the intros.
That is us.
That's us.
Let's talk about us as coaches in terms of not our client base, or really as coaches, but sport specific. Because obviously you've got a background in bodybuilding.
Yes.
And I've got a background in powerlifting. So obviously you've been in a thong, had a photo shoot, stepped on stage.
Yeah. And then did a bodybuilding show. Yeah, it's I've got to mention, I said that the qualification that I did was, and the company I did it with was dog shit, but that was my level 3. My level 4, because I'm strength and conditioning coach as well, my level 4 that I did with Fit Training International have been phenomenal. So I just in case Janet's listening, who hopefully I'm going to speak to and hopefully get on. She's done my her company have done my level 4 strength and conditioning. So yeah, that's my background, and that's sort of where obviously I've grown and wanted to progress, just because I want to. I want to know everything, health and fitness and biomechanics and anatomy. But I've gone down, like Stobbsie said, the bodybuilding route. I'm a bodybuilder. Although I've done one show that wasn't successful, I am a bodybuilder. I'm not the biggest, I'm not the smallest, but I'm a bodybuilder. And that's the route that I'll proceed to take. It's not necessarily the route that I'm going to push my clients down, because I'm at the moment a gem pop client. And I think because of the pandemic, we can't really focus on a niche of, say, powerlifting clients or comp prep clients, because there's no competitions running. So we've sort of been focused down the gem pop client. But yeah, bodybuilding, At the minute, because I'm broken, I should really talk about that a little bit, shouldn't I? Yeah. I keep saying I'm broken. So at the minute, I have a ruptured disc in L4, L5 of my vertebrae, which is at the lower back. Lower back, just above your bum crack, is around your L4, L5, and I've got a ruptured disc. Like I said, previous 2016, I had a back operation to resolve the sciatic pain that I was having. That worked fine up until end of July last year, September. I started getting sciatic pain again to the point where I couldn't walk, I couldn't stand, I couldn't lay, I couldn't piss. I was in and out of hospital, went to hospital 4 times. 3 of those was in an ambulance, off my face on gas and air and morphine, just because I literally couldn't walk. I was a cripple. Now I am waiting a operation, a spinal decompression and cage, where they put bolts in your spine and rod it across. And I'm on the urgent waiting list for that. High off my dick on 24 pills a day, including oral morphine, Zomorph, amitriptyline. Yeah, so I'm in a bad way, but I'm managing. That's probably why my eyes look fucked, is the amount of morphine that I'm on. And I apologise if I fall asleep. I don't. That's why I have to have Monster to make me feel normal, else I'll sleep all day.
By itself, isn't it? Like, I mean, what, you're having about 3-4 months a day, so you can actually get your work done.
Yeah. It's not ideal, but I need it to function. Because if I don't, the Zomorph that I'm on is slow releasing morphine. So I take it, and then an hour, 2 hours later, I'm literally a zombie. I can't function because I just want to sleep, and that's obviously the result of morphine. So yeah, that's me. But once my injury's back, obviously I'm going to be sensible with my recovery. Work closely with physios and sports therapists to get back up and running, and then potentially I say potentially, I will do another show, because that's a goal of mine. So yeah, bodybuilding focused. That's me. Obviously, like I said, the clients, we focus more on Gen Pop, whereas Stobbsie, your powerlifting route, ain't you? So and that's where you started in the army, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I've done the whole bro split when I first got into training, international chest day, back and buys, arm day, training 6-7 days a week, not really having a rest. And then I hit a point where I was like, right, I was in a lean state, so I was probably about 10-11% body fat, which is relatively lean. And I wanted to either go powerlifting, because a few people have suggested it, or go bodybuilding. And I'd much rather throw heavy weight around than diet any further than what I already was. It's just not my idea of fun. But don't knock anyone that does it. It is a very dedicated sport. So I went powerlifting, done a couple of competitions within the army. I've competed under 90 and under 100. I've won 2 of my competitions. And now I'm sort of at a power building phase. Like Craig said, there's no competitions or anything going on. So I've not got any numbers that I really want to hit. This year I'd like to hit a 200 kilo squat without wraps, but we will see, because I'm not going to be solely strength based, but more power building. So I'll still do my squat, bench and dead, but a lot more hypertrophy in there to try and keep all the lean tissue still. And break up the training a bit, because when you're powerlifting, some of the sessions, I mean, I can go in and do a 3-hour fucking deadlift session, and then I've still got accessories to do after that.
Yeah, it's obviously our coaching or training sessions are completely different. Obviously, you'll focus on one thing for that 3 hours. Obviously, whereas mine is hypertrophy, strength building, different muscle groups. I'm just on your Instagram, and I was gonna see, but maybe we can get that for another time where I'll show pictures of you doing the competitions or whatever. But that's something that we can sort out another time.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, I can link up the screens. Yeah, it's I fucking love it. I love training.
I love it. And without training, I don't know where I'd be headspace wise, because it is now my safe haven, my go-to. I have struggled through these lockdowns because I've not been able to train. And I'm like Craig. I mean, I've probably got more kit than a lot of people in terms of garage gyms. I've got a full cable stack. I've got squat rack. I've got 400 kilos of plates. I've got barbells. I've got safety squat bars, sleds, the lot. But trying to train at home is just
it's not the same as it.
Difficult, and it has affected me. So when I speak to clients and whatnot, I can sympathise with them, and I know how hard it's been. Just because I'm a coach doesn't mean that I can smash out my training 24/7 a day, and I'm a perfect example, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's and I do massively sympathise with everyone that's had to train at home. It is shit. It is no one. I say to everyone that it is so hard get the motivation and getting the mindset from one sitting on the sofa watching Friends to going upstairs, getting in some phys kit, coming back down to the same place where you just sat down and trying to smash out a workout with some rubber bands. Yeah. It's so hard.
Trying to associate a certain room with a certain exercise as well. So it's like I've gone from obviously serving to now working from home to training from home. So I work in the dining room, I chill in the living room, and I've had to train in the living room. I was like, nah, this is where I chill. So when I'm in this room, it's when I switch off.
Yeah.
And it's just been, and I know, obviously, I'll just say that it's my headspace, and it is a massive thing of what I sort of push is the stigma in terms of mental health and fitness. I know Craig does as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you can't explain it to anyone. Like the mental health side and the mental health benefits, you can't explain it to anyone until they experience it, if that makes sense.
Talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. In fact, I've got a bit of a prime example for this. I forgot to mention that I'm now I'm the official physical training partner for an organisation called Healthier Heroes. I'll go into that a little bit further down the line, and we'll have the owner of that as a guest. But it's basically a organisation that helps homeless veterans and struggling veterans get back on their feet. And I deliver all their coaching and everything for free, and all their nutrition side of life. And there's one bloke there, won't name names or anything, alcoholic, and he struggles big time mentally. And we done the 24-hour bike ride, not last week, the week before. And he'd not stepped on an exercise bike, he'd not done press-ups or anything in a long time. He'd always come up and say to me, he's like, oh, fuck, I'd rather just drink cans rather than press-ups and whatnot. He's one of them kind of blokes. But at the same time, he's a sound bloke. And then he'd done his hour stint on the bike, and he got off, and he was like, I feel fucking incredible. I feel the best I've felt in a long time.
Yeah.
And he said he's been on a drinking bender since like 2006. Like, he doesn't class himself as an alcoholic. He's just like, I'm just on a bender. I just don't know when to stop. And you're seeing it changing him. And then that morning, after the 24-hour challenge, he was back down on the bike again.
And that's almost as easy as it can be.
Yeah.
It releases the same. I'm going to get a science geek prove me wrong here. It releases the same hormone as eating chocolate and having sex. It releases endorphins.
Yeah.
And that's the feel good hormone. And that's what happens when you exercise, whether it be running, CrossFit, bodybuilding, powerlifting, squatting, swimming, whatever it is. It's just makes you feel so fucking good. And I had a client when I first started out, pretty much. He was almost like one of my first online clients. I won't name names, but he'd recently lost his brother to, unfortunately, suicide. And he wasn't coping very well. He was in a very, very bad place. And he messaged me saying, Craig, you're my last go-to. And I said, right, let's work together. So we had one session a week, and I planned him obviously online coaching as well. And I think, I can't remember what he started at, but we put on 10 kilo. And he always says to me, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. He said, you have changed my life. And again, it's just through fucking lifting and moving more.
Yeah.
We don't need, again, I'm not going to push down like the doctor or medication side route, but if a lot more people just got up and fucking moved, they would feel a hell of a lot better. But then we're going to go down the route of obesity.
That'll be a separate talk. So Aaron has already said he wants to come on. So that'll be a mental health sort of podcast further down the line. I think that one will be not rather soon, but in the next month, I reckon we'll have him on.
That'll be good.
But yeah, and it helps massively. Obviously, everyone, like Craig said, whether it's running, CrossFit, swimming, whatever, we'll sit here and slag off CrossFit till our eyes bleed. But it is a good sport at the same time. It's just not our sport, so we can slag it off. They'll slag powerlifters off. They'll slag bodybuilders off. It's all just a banter within the fitness industry. But everyone has their own thing. And if you go for a coach and they're forcing you to do a workout that you don't like, then it's not going to work. You need to find what's right for you. And trial and error phases, yeah, you might find you do something and it doesn't work. Then try something different. Don't just give up. There are so many different methods out there, so many different means of training.
Absolutely. I have potential clients when we do the discovery calls, and especially obviously now during the lockdown, I've been like, so what you've been doing? And they've been like, I've been doing this couch to 5K, but I'm really not going anywhere. I'm not enjoying it. And I'm like, well, why are you doing it?
It's about to get eaten.
Don't, because I've got to try and entertain these people now on my own whilst you go and sort the dog out.
No, the cat just decided to walk into the back porch and the back door was open and the dog would just not eat him, obviously, but he'll chase him.
I forgot what was I saying. This is how thick as shit I am. I forget what I was saying.
Your clients when you have the discovery call.
Yeah, and they were doing the couch to 5K, and they were like, "Oh, but it's getting really boring. I'm not enjoying it." And I'm like, "Well, why are you doing it? Because you're instantly going to associate a negative feeling with exercise. Yeah. So every time it comes around to doing exercise, you're going to be like, oh, I've got to go for a fucking run now." And I
fucking detest running.
I hate it. Probably because we had to do it so much, obviously, for work. Plus, I run like a almost. It's got to be politically correct now.
I'm not a boat runner.
Like a moron.
I'm just 100 kilos of a lump, and I'm not a runner.
Yeah, I look like soggy jelly running. And I'm like, just don't do it then. Find something that works for you. Find something that you enjoy, that you come out at the end of and think, fucking hell, I'd love that. I really did enjoy that. Because that's what you want to do. You want to enjoy it.
Joe, considering this is waffle and shit, we didn't have this topic at all on the agenda for today. It was just an introduction topic. But I think we've actually delivered a valuable lesson there.
How long have we gone for?
Half an hour, 35 minutes. I think we'll call it in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that the thing I've recorded the sound on is actually done the job. If not, this is just going to be a YouTube video and we work better for the next one.
Have we got to create a YouTube channel now? I think I've got one.
I've got one.
Have you got one? So we can upload
a Waffle N Flex one.
Do we create one?
I don't know. You can just publish it on both of ours.
Individual, yeah.
That's this week's problem.
Yeah, that's a tomorrow problem. Should we ask do you ask people to let's fuck it, let's plug our Instagrams. What's your Instagram, Stobbsie?
At Stobbsie_fitness. I've got a fucking bug with Instagram at the minute because of you. This new fucking captions thing.
Oh, mate, it's gleaming. It beeps out my swearing and everything.
Is it mine? Got it now.
It's fantastic.
Just ignore. I'm doing a quick story in a minute. But Stobbsie.
Yeah, well, I can't help it if what it picks up and says Stubby.
I've updated it. I still haven't fucking got it.
Let me see.
Stobbsie. I'm doing a quick story on it. But Stobbsie.
Oh, hang on.
Mate, I still haven't got captions on my Instagram.
Have you not? See, we're 30 minutes into our first podcast, and it's been successful, don't you think, Stobbsie? Or Stubby, as the caption says?
Stobbsie.
I'm going to do it now. So, Stobbsie. Let's see if it picks it up. I'll tag you in it as well. Right. Yeah, so Stobbsie that's his.
Facebook is just Stobbsie Fitness.
Mine is at Craig_Heaton, Heaton, with a H, not an E, _ fitness. Health. I can't multitask, so I've got to do two things. I've got to try and do this first. Right. And then my Facebook is Coach Craig Craig Heaton Fitness, because I have got another Craig Heaton Fitness, but it's just pictures of me in my underwear where I was trying to make it as a failed fitness model that I ended up going to a photographer's fucking flat and popping Viagra. But
I think that's a topic in itself.
That's a new story. Jesus Christ.
No, we probably should have put at the beginning of this podcast.
What?
Explicit warning.
Yeah. I think you have to. Well, when I
upload it to YouTube, I'll just make it's not for kids.
Yeah. Right. There we go. Stobbsie Fitness. Sorry guys, I can't multitask. So
yeah, I think we can pretty much head there. I think it's been quite a success. I mean, we'll soon find out when we try and upload this shit.
And we find out 2 people have listened to it, and those 2 people are me and you.
Now, if you are listening to this or watching this, please do like, comment, share. Don't like to be a beg, but help us grow our business. And yeah, there will be valuable lessons eventually.
Yeah.
But like it says, Waffle and Flex, we will literally waffle shit and give out a couple of good little life lessons along the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you have any questions, just, I don't know if you can drop them in the comments, or send us a DM. Send us a DM when you follow us.
Put it on your story and tag us. That's the best way. Story Definitely. And tag.
Like it. Right. So until next time, Stobbsie.
Yeah. So that is us now. I can't even see him.
You can't even see me.
Nah, you can't. I don't think you can see me on the whole of this. We are wrapping Waffle and Flex Ep.1. Success.
Right. Yeah. We'll see you later.
Peace out, people.
Peace out.